I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, got the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal piece. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP Money. This is our live AMA. We come to you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. My name is AJ. I'm the team lead here, and I'm still battling a pretty epic sickness. So I'm going to let LA, my co-host with the most, take over today. We have a bunch of updates. This is our anniversary week at EMP, so I had to bring back the OG intro from DeFi Proof today. Again, lots of awesome stuff happening in the EMP ecosystem, as well as the Spark ecosystem. Pulsechain absolutely on fire. And we're going to talk all about that today. But LA, are you able to cover for me today? It's been a doozy.
Absolutely. Hey guys, welcome to our stream. Oh man, it was so nostalgic seeing our original theme song today. That one still hits.
For sure, for sure. The Terminator detonator, like the Terminator, right? Yeah. So no doubt. But all right, I'll let you go through your notes. I'll be here, LA. If you need me to chime in, I'm happy to do so. And we may push our Q&A until Thursday, just so I can save my voice. But yeah, we have lots of bullish updates. So take it away, LA.
So before we start, just a reminder to hit that like button. Let's get everyone liking the stream so we can be good YouTubers. Yeah, so we're going to try to keep today short. We're going to save the Q&A for Thursday. You do actually have 2 more AMAs with us this week, so not to worry if today is just a quick recap. There's so much bullishness going on that we couldn't skip tonight. So first of all, Pulsechain has been going absolutely nuts the last few days, the last week really. And it's just a true testament to how quickly things can change when sentiment improves and key things start happening. And in this case, I think a lot of it is due to Richard Hart and him being really, really present on social media, making lots of Twitter posts, and he's indicated that he has his 11 powerful lawyers that he's going to have fight the SEC for him. And that's really just built a ton of confidence and hopefulness with everyone. That and a lot of buying of Pulse. There's a lot of momentum going on. So PLS has been up it's been hovering between 17 and 20% over the last 24 hours. And Spark has been up around 14-15% over the last 24 hours. So everything is looking insanely bullish. The last few days, I think the last entire week, we have had massive Sparkler payouts. And if you haven't checked in the last hour or so, a huge payout just appeared in our Sparkler balances. So we've said all along that Sparkler is the secret sauce. And this just goes to show you everything that we envisioned is coming to fruition. We said all along the play is to earn rewards and revenue through Sparkswap by using the infinite money generator strategy or whatever strategy, but to continue building your farm and your sparkler positions. And everyone who's been doing that since the beginning is really celebrating right now, because it's not about necessarily the price of Spark and selling it when it's up or buying it when it's down. It's about earning that constant rewards from your farm, from your sparkler, and using the right strategies. So we've said that all along, and I'm so happy every time I see the chats and someone chiming in and saying, holy crap, like huge sparkler payout just happened, and then you go and look and you're all giddy and happy. So sparkler has been on fire. Our bridge volume has been through the roof, and our daily volume on the DEX continues to hit all-time highs day after day. It's ticking up. So today we hit an all-time high, at least from what I could see, of $780,000 of 24-hour volume. So that was really exciting. And then one thing that's happening this week that you're going to see some announcements about is we're going to be doing one more farm migration. And so I know that it may be a bit of a pain to have to go through these migrations, but it's going to be just like last time, where it's very simple. You'll log on and there will be a simple pop-up that cues you with what to do to go through the migration. This one in particular is very exciting because there's some very exciting new features coming to Sparkswap. We're going to be undergoing this migration to allow for the launch of our vaults. And I know a lot of you have been wanting auto vaults for a long time. If you're familiar at all with the DEX finance ecosystem, you'll know what to expect. But basically, these migrations will allow you to have two separate options for earning in that respect. There will be the traditional farms that pay out Spark, just like we're currently used to. And then there'll also be the vaults, which use the Spark you're earning to automatically go into a number of different assets for you. So I'm going to have AJ chime in a little bit about the vaults to give a little bit more detail on the technical side of things and kind of what to expect for the migration.
For sure, no doubt, Ellie. That was great. We again, such bullish things happening, and so yeah, just to give a quick overview. Again, I think everybody's pretty familiar with auto compounders, but and that's what the vaults will be. What it does is, so in the farms right now, you're staking your LP and you're earning Spark. Now that Spark can then be used in Sparkler. Again, LA just went through how incredibly powerful the payouts in Sparkler have been. So we definitely suggest allocating, some of your Spark rewards into Sparkler to build your ownership. But the other way, and again, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. So I'm going to kind of go through it all to give everybody a well-rounded picture. But the one potential issue with Vault is that it automatically sells the reward token, which in our case is Spark, for more of the asset that you are, whatever vault you're in. So, in other words, say that there was a Spark die farm, just like the one that we have, only it's a vault. And so it sells half your Spark from rewards, buys more SDI, and then pairs that up and continues to farm. Now, again, it is potential selling pressure on Spark. However, it's in a much more controlled environment. So what happens is there is associated harvesting fees, where even though we will be charging fees to harvest, because you're essentially auto compounding, hundreds of times a day in some cases, it becomes much more lucrative for you as a holder and for the protocol, because again, those fees actually help mitigate any potential selling pressure because the fees that we collect on harvesting still go to feed the protocol. And remember, again, this is something that is super fundamental about how the protocol works. All of the fees from the protocol are first, before they go to pay out Sparkler, they first buy Spark off the market. So again, say we're doing $1,000 a day in fees, 500 of that is actually buying Spark off the market, and the other half is buying PLS off the market, and then that is created or that is paired up for the LP that is then rewarded in Sparkler. So again, it's the same sort of concept with the vaults. And even though, again, it is potential additional selling pressure on Spark, the fees far outweigh any potential negative side effects. And it will literally, and again, this is so, the other really key point is not only are we charging the harvesting fees, but because we are our own DEX, and this is why we've decided to build our own vaults rather than use other third-party vaults, is because we are building these vaults on our own DEX, and because of that, we're also getting the 0.3% swap fees on every transaction that the vaults do. So imagine our volume at what, $780,000 a day right now. We could easily see the volume double or triple, if not more, just by implementing the vault system. So it's super, super bullish in terms of daily volume. And because of that daily volume, it far outweighs any potential additional selling pressure from those vaults. And the APR could be absolutely massive because, again, you're auto compounding. Some of the vault APRs could, again, be 2 or 3 times what the farm APRs are. So just let that sink in for a minute and how incredibly powerful that will be moving forward and bring Sparkswap to the next evolution. So does that help, LA? I'm happy to go over it more.
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to point out something that may not be a very obvious benefit to all that extra volume. Yes, that extra volume is going to be absolutely massive for feeding Sparkler and also Fusion when Fusion launches. There's another amazing side effect to all that volume. We're already starting to get so much attention once we hit that number 2 spot, and we've kind of been bouncing back and forth between number 2 and 3 DEX on Pulsechain. But once we massively, massively grow our volume, our daily volume through our DEX with these new features that we're implementing, it's going to put a lot more eyeballs onto Sparkswap, and it's going to help us to get better coverage and bring in a lot more users onto the platform, which will then spike the volume even more. And so it's really going to be this beautiful ripple effect. And it's been something that we've had planned in the works for quite some time. But there was just a number of steps that had to be implemented before we could get here. And this couldn't be a more perfect time to implement this because Pulsechain's going crazy. Everyone's starting to notice Pulsechain even more. Some people, like I can't tell you how many comments I've read on both Twitter and then in different crypto groups of people saying like either, oh, did I miss my chance to get into Pulsechain, or people saying, I haven't been really wanting or interested to get involved in Pulse, but now all of a sudden my attention is perked up because like how crazy it's going. So it's going to be a really nice ripple effect with lots of momentum once we get this additional volume coming in, not only for it to feed Sparkler and Fusion, but also just to bring a lot more attention to Sparkswap in general. So I'm going to call on you one more time, AJ. We did have a question about whether this uptick in Sparkler volume has had anything to do with the arbitrage bots and if some of those fees have been cycled into Sparkler recently. So if you could just chime in about that.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, again, I mean, the flywheel is definitely starting to take effect. We've been pretty transparent the entire time that, the first few months, a lot of the arbitrage bot activity, even, some of the fees that weren't associated with the bridge or swap fees, have been used to kind of seed the liquidity in a lot of our arbitrage bots. Well, now we're finally getting to a very healthy liquidity. Things are rolling extremely well. Again, we're able to capture a ton of value through the R bots and actually keep it in our ecosystem rather than it going, to the devs' wallets or, another bad actor just trying to extract value. And so the short answer is yes. We have started the process of rewarding part of those fees from the arbitrage bot into Sparkler. That is why we've seen some great payouts. We aren't going to disclose, what the actual numbers are. If you can probably do some on-chain analysis and reverse engineering based on the amount of volume we're doing to get an idea. But we're talking multiple thousands of dollars in fees on arbitrage revenue daily. And so again, a lot of that right now is still used to make sure we're super healthy. We as a team never sell Spark. So some of the fees, again, outside of what's already earmarked to Fusion, Sparkler, and the bridge fees does go to support the team. Again, we're building massively right now, bringing over again the vaults, doing upgrades. So, but right now, I mean, I could not be more bullish on the amount of potential revenue that we're looking at, and the bridge fees alone are about double what we first anticipated, and we're only like about what 5 months in to the protocol. So things are looking really good, and the more that we scale this, the sooner we can get away from the inflation as well. So we are light years ahead of the initial projections, and again, it's just so incredibly powerful because and back to what Ellie was saying earlier about Sparkler, Sparkler really is the secret sauce, and just based on the last week since we've started to implement this new volume, I mean we're getting close to roughly 1% daily in payouts for Sparkler, and that is real yield payout. None of the Spark inflation goes to Sparkler. It's simply the fees from the protocol. So once you understand that, we've hit pretty much the holy grail of DeFi, providing around 1%, with real yield. And so we feel like that is going to be somewhat consistent, especially if we continue to see Pulse grow. And again, the more and more volume that we do, as the price of Pulse goes up, that's also more in terms of dollar value, volume that we're able to produce as well. So again, the perfect storm has been created, and now we're just continuing to, sit back and rake in the fees. So things are killing it for sure.
Yeah, I just smile to myself thinking about how far we've come because I remember on so many AMAs we were working on this this pulse chain project for such a long time, and everyone was so excited and anxious for us to launch it. And it has just been everything we envisioned times 1,000. So I'm just so incredibly happy with how things are going. And this is just a tiny indication of what's to come with Fusion. Remember, Fusion is Sparkswap on steroids. So I know the wait has been longer for Fusion, but great things take time to build. And this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So our next update is about Spritz. We do have a brand new Spritz affiliate code So the old code is no longer going to be working. Reason for that is they've made some bullish upgrades to their referral program and the way that they're doing things, and the interface that we interact on is all slightly different. So they had to give us a new code. So I'm going to post it in the chat right here on YouTube. We also do have a call scheduled with them this week to get further details about things that are coming in the future, and then just also chat more about the referral program. So we're going to be chatting with them on Wednesday. But just a reminder, Spritz is an amazing protocol. They allow you to on and off ramp your crypto. They allow you to pay your credit card and your bills with crypto, and they even have a debit card. If you're in the US, you'll have access to all those features. If you're in Europe, UK, Australia, and some other parts of the world where they're currently offering their services, you may only have access to the debit card and or some off-ramping. And they do have plans to implement all the features and kind of roll them out in a tiered manner in those other countries and keep expanding. So I'm going to try to get some alpha for all you guys when we get on the phone with them on Wednesday, because I know those of you who are outside of the US are hoping to get access to, especially the on-ramping soon. So, and then when it comes to EMP and Fusion, we're making amazing headway with Fusion. Over the weekend, we did a lot of organization to really nail down exactly what is left to be done. And so our developers have a super defined list, kind of punch list, if you might call it, with everything that they have left to do. And they're making amazing progress on Fusion. Another thing, we have our 2-year anniversary happening on the 18th, which is just so exciting. It feels like so much longer than 2 years. But EMP is by far one of the strongest, most long running DeFi projects on BNB Chain and in general. And so it's going to feel really great to celebrate. We are going to be having a major Twitter space party. It's actually going to be happening on the 19th because the 18th falls on a Thursday, and we didn't want to get AJ to have to do 2 AMAs in one day when he's a little bit under the weather still. So we're going to be doing our regular AMA on Thursday, and then we're going to be doing our 2-year anniversary party Twitter space on Friday. And I'm going to post the link to the Twitter space now. I put the link up today. But tomorrow I'm going to be making a formal post with the link in it and with the details of our giveaway. Just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, our giveaway is going to be super epic. For those of you who are really excited to get into Fusion, we're going to be giving away some prizes that will allow you to very nicely top up whatever you're planning to sacrifice. And when you think about the fact that there's going to be peg bonuses and multipliers and everything, getting your hands on EMP and eShare and everything right now is very, very valuable. So there's going to be a number of different ways to win, and there's going to be a few different prizes. And so you're definitely going to want to pay attention. When I post that tomorrow, I'll make sure it goes up on Telegram, Discord, and Twitter. But for those of you who are extra active with our social media accounts for EMP, Sparkswap, and L1 Dex, and really put in effort in regards to engaging with our content over this week, you're going to put yourself in a better position to win one of those prizes. That's your little hint. So I think that's it for today. Unless you have anything else you thought of that you wanted to add, AJ.
Yeah, no, great job, LA. Thank you for stepping in today. Always the co-host with the most. But today I'm your co-host. Just trying to recover again. Just can't fight this. Usually, I'm pretty healthy, but this crypto cough gets me once a month or once a year for about a month, and then we'll be set to go. But it's good timing. Again, get it out of the way now, so we're all 100% and ready for Fusion. I think again, there's so much coming that there's only so many hours in the day. LA and I have been just nonstop trying to make sure that we capitalize on all this. We'll also have some updates with L1 Dex as well. We have some really pivotal meetings this week with the L1 Dex or with L1X in regards to L1 Dex. So we'll have some updates on that and just continue to keep an eye on our partners as well. We did some pretty bullish announcements over the weekend, so make sure you check all the pinned messages in our socials. But Warren Finance has been crushing it, as well as Degens, the ROI game. So definitely check both of those out if you're looking to utilize some other partner protocols for even more gains, and then parlay that back into Spark and get ready for Fusion Sacrifice. So, and I'll be doing another announcement hopefully tonight as well, just a little bit of a recap on how far we've come, especially on Pulse, because I think now we're really going to start to see the next wave of interest coming back to Pulse now that we're above sacrifice price and holding above it pretty well. I think we could easily see a 2 or 3x moving into the summer, if not more than that. And again, I know everybody wants the 10,000x, but I think that's a few years away. But my God, I mean, if you have a position now, just 10,000x from here is just, life-changing money. So just build your bags and come along for the ride with all of us. It's getting really exciting, and we're just getting started. So for sure. LA, thank you for everything. I'll let you do the outro today. How about that? Go ahead.
Okay, I can't say that I'll do it as well as you, but I did try my best to get him to not talk that much tonight, but we just can't keep AJ away, right? But no, thank you guys so much for coming. We love you guys a lot. Please make sure to give the stream a like before you leave if you haven't already. This week is going to be so exciting. There's so much to look forward to. I was telling AJ this afternoon that I have my entire week planned out with massive to-dos broken down into each day, and there's going to be so much accomplished this week. So I can't wait to update you guys again on Thursday and Friday and celebrate with all of you. So many of you have been here since the beginning, or some stopped along the way, but we really appreciate all your support. We just couldn't ask for a better community, and we're both feeling really proud of how far we've come, but even more excited about where we're going. And so thank you all for being here tonight. We will see you on Thursday. I was going to try to do your same outro, but I just can't. it's just too much of an age.
Yeah. All right.
But
Well, good night. Good day. Right there you go. All right. Go ahead, LA. Yeah.
we'll see you on Thursday.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.